Video gaming is something you usually associate with younger people, but maybe not. The business is bigger than the film and music industries combined, thanks largely to a much older demographic.
So Aussies are spending over $4 billion a year on video games.
It's changed my life.
Our fastest growing demographic were women over 60 years old.
It was an eye-opener for me.
It all started with Pong before we were introduced to a mustached plumber. From there, it's exploded into the biggest entertainment medium in the world.
The industry's worth around $250 billion globally, so it's bigger than film and music combined.
Julian Wilton's creative director at Melbourne gaming studio Massive Monster. 2 years ago, he created a game that's grown beyond his wildest dreams.
There's millions of people playing it, like at least 4.5 million.
It's called Cult of the Lamb, and while it may look cute on the surface, it's full of twists and turns. The game becoming so popular, it's got its own cult following. Fans even volunteering to be married at a themed wedding at the PAX Expo in Melbourne this weekend, when thousands of gamers will gather for the largest get-together in the Southern Hemisphere.
There's a Twitter post that I saw and I didn't take it 100% seriously at first. They posted it again. I went, well, we've been looking at getting married and everything, so we'll shoot our shot.
Shania and Blake are set to marry in front of hundreds of gamers on Sunday afternoon.
This is a legit marriage, yeah. We have a celebrant with like wedding photographer. Like we want to make sure that we give them a good wedding experience because at the end of the day, like this is their wedding. So we need to make sure it's good.
And seeing all the candles and lighting and decoration, it's just more than we ever expected.
I don't think we could have ever planned anything quite like this at all, even if we tried.
Ron Curry, CEO of the Interactive Games and Entertainment Association, the trade body for Australia's gaming industry.
I think there's a few misconceptions about video games. I think the first is it's just for kids, and we know it's not. We know that 81% of the population are playing video games, and the average age of a gamer is 35 years old.
The crowd is growing year on year, getting bigger and bigger.
Kitty Grace from PAX Australia.
We have a huge increase in Australian indie developers. We even have a dodgeball court. People are coming from all around the world to visit PAX in Australia to experience the panels, the community, the games, the tabletop. It's a beautiful collection of people.
Ron says gaming's economic value is something we should be taking more seriously.
Games made in this country are exported. We don't dig it up. And we don't have to put it on a ship. It's a weightless export.
Every day, new game developers are hoping to create the next big thing.
A hit game will sell tens or hundreds of millions of games, and there's some serious revenue in that.
I kind of wasn't paying attention in school and I was like paying attention making games. So that's what I kind of cared about. I probably made like, I don't know, 15 things and then I was like, oh, I'm not too bad at this.
After school, he decided to take gaming to the next level. Before hitting the big time, things were simpler for Julian.
I was just in a share house in the garage, working away on my little computer.
He's now headlining PAX. Every year, dozens of game developers show the public what they've been creating.
So this one's been about 3 to 4 years. It started just as a weekend project for my partner, and then it just grew from there.
They put their heart and soul into this game over the last 4 years, and it's so satisfying to see that hard work actually come to fruition.
If you're creating a game that all of a sudden becomes a global success, it's not all of a sudden. These guys have worked for many, many years, developing their craft and creating something that's really going to appeal to consumers.
And for those wanting a piece of the gaming pie,
there's many ways to get into the industry, and it's not all just about coding. If you're a musician, if you like to write narrative, if you're a producer.
It's changed my life. Everything's different now. I have a bunch of money. Yeah, I don't know, I can do whatever I want, really.
But all the money in the world won't stop Julian from doing what he loves.
I kind of want to keep making games, and it's kind of just enabled me to kind of do projects I want to do Like one thing I'm trying to do is create a co-working space for developers in Melbourne. I'm trying to give back a little bit as well to the kind of community that kind of helped make this a success.